Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Sun Talks by the International Students and Scholars Center. I am your host, Ryan Arshwin. So let's get started, shall we? Let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast, Sun Talks with the ISSC. Nama saya Ryan, Vanakkam. And I'm here joined with two special guests, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves real quick. So, guy, all yours.
Hi, 大家好. Nama saya Reishan. I'm a senior major in biochemistry, and also I'm the president of the Malaysian Student Association here at ASU. And also I'm the social media assistant for ISSC. And also I'm from Kajang, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Yaya. I'm the senior coordinator for first year student experience here at ASU, and I'm from Damansara, Malaysia.
And if you all didn't know, I am from Penang, Malaysia. So, I'm guessing that you all can see a theme right now. So we are going to talk about underrepresented countries, and the countries that we're highlighting today is Malaysia! Yes! So, for those who don't know about Malaysia, where Malaysia is geographically and everything, do y'all want to talk a little bit about our little country?
Yeah, so basically Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country and is between Thailand and Singapore. And actually Malaysia has four races.
Well, we have Malays, we have Chinese, and we have our Indians, and we have our Orang Asli friends.
Yeah.
So if you all didn't know, Orang Asli is indigenous people. So, yeah, that's a little bit about Malaysia. I know people usually get our country a bit lost. They think like we're Thailand or like we're part of Singapore, but no.
We were part of Singapore were.
Singapore was a part of us.
Yeah.
And then they did. They left. And Malaysia's its own country, Singapore's its own country, and Thailand's its own country.
Yeah.
So yeah. So over the years there's been students transferring from Malaysia and coming to ASU. When I first joined, there was a smaller population, but now it's slightly bigger than when it was. When everyone's experience of coming to the US was a little bit different. Some came here freshly out of high school, starting the undergrad over here, and a lot of us, I think, have transferred over here and had those transferred programs. So I'm curious about your experiences coming to ASU.
Yeah, so for me, I graduated high school in 2019. And afterwards, I decided to come to the US, and which is why I took the American degree program at Taylor's University at 2020. But the thing is, 3 months after I went into Taylor's, COVID happened.
Oh,
Yeah, so I didn't have the campus life. It was just like 3 months, so it's really short. And I was in ASU for 1.5 years. Then afterwards, I took a gap year. And then I decided to come to ASU in 2022.
So how long have you been in ASU then?
More than a year?
Okay.
Yeah, more than a year. So I love the campus life here, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very different than I hope.
It's really different. I mean, my first semester here was kind of boring, I would say. Because I was homesick. That's why I stayed at home. And but afterwards, I was like, okay, maybe I should go out and meet some new friends and meet more people. So my next semester, I joined a lot of clubs, meet a lot more new people, and I even joined ISSC the semester after. In my second semester. Yeah.
Oh, you joined pretty quick in ISFE Africa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how about you, Yaya? What's your experience like?
For me, well, I first came to the US in 2016 as a YCD fellow at Kennesaw State. After I finished the fellowship, I went back home, and COVID, Malaysia shut down basically. So I came back to the US to complete my master's at Upper Iowa University, which is very, very small, very, very cool. There was about maybe six Malaysians in the university.
Compared to what we have now, yeah.
And then I graduated and then I came here. I worked with university housing first. And then now I work with the ISSC and I think we have about 100 Malaysians here. Almost.
80, 100, yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot now. Yeah. A lot of us, but I think a lot of us don't really know where we're from.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of misconceptions that we kind of face coming here as students, due to our ethnicity or how we kind of present ourselves.
I mean, for me, people don't know where Malaysia is. And I explain, oh, like, do you know Singapore? And they were like, oh, yeah, we know. Yeah, it's basically next to Singapore. That's how they know Malaysia.
Yeah.
And like, they don't know Malaysia has like different races and stuff. So I had to say like, oh, I'm Malaysian Chinese. Then they were like, oh, so are you Malay? I was like, no, I'm Malaysian Chinese. Yeah, I am Chinese, but I'm also like Malaysian. Yeah.
Right, like having to explain like the differences between like Malay Chinese, like Malaysian Chinese and Malaysian Indian, and not being like kind of immediately assumed or categorized like, oh, you look Indian, so you're probably from India.
Yeah.
Like it was, for you, for example, what are some?
They thought that I'm from China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I think some of them think I'm from China too. Some think I'm Middle Eastern
Yeah.
because I wear a hijab.
Yeah.
I'm like, not really Malaysian.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, I think, like misconceptions that people have about Malaysia, and they're just kind of surprised, like, oh, there is one country, well, two, Singapore's kind of the same, that have like such a melting pot of different cultures, races, and belief systems and everything, and we kind of grew up together that way. Like, I think we kind of briefly talked about it before too. Like Malaysia is like this similar to the US in terms of like having diverse races and
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I wouldn't feel really different because in Malaysia, we are mixed around with like other races and stuff like that. And I think to the US, like mixing around with other races is quite like normal to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a new experience that I have too. Like everyone like came in here when I first joined in. I came here as an undergrad. So when I first came in, just talking to just other international students or even domestic students, is like they're like, oh, how hard was it to integrate into like the diverse like cultures over here? I'm like, not that hard. Yeah. We kind of grew up with everyone kind of together, right? Yeah, we celebrate.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of holidays.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like. Gets a lot of holidays. If you all like holidays,
Yeah.
you know what
We
I
can
mean.
New Year, Deepavali, and the Hari Raya.
Yeah. Christmas is already in December, so that gets a free holiday. Like so many other holidays, like we have like Labor Day as a holiday. I think Malaysia's like one of the top countries in the world.
We get a holiday if our country wins in badminton.
Yeah, if Makati brings in a sport, if they get a gold medal, we get a holiday. That just says a lot about how we are and stuff like that.
I mean, I would say very like inclusive.
Yeah.
Like, cause like all of us, like even though we have like different races, but we are all like together. You know?
Yeah, we're very united over here and back home. I feel like from my experience, I feel like I have the more like semangat Malaysia, the Malaysian spirit over here once I left Malaysia. I don't know how about you guys?
I think I'm in the same boat as you. When I come here, I'm Malaysian first.
Yeah, for me, like, I mean, now, like, I mix around with most of my Malaysian friends. Even though, like, other than that, like, other class and stuff, I still mix around with, like, other people. But, like, I mostly mix around with Malaysians, I would say. I get, like, comfortable, like, being around. So.
Yeah. I think it's that sense of community, right? Like, we had that community back home. And now, like, having that community, having that space over here to just kind of reunite and have that feeling of, like, togetherness again. That's what brought, like I think all of us together in our country in the first place. And it's really, honestly, it's kind of adorable to see, like, us having that same thing over here now. We're, like, basically across the globe.
Like, the other side.
The other side of the globe.
24 hours flight.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah. 24 hours flight. And then we're coming here and we're like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
It feels kind of weird seeing our friends here back in Malaysia. It's like we are so used to seeing each other here in the US, but then when we're in Malaysia, it's kind of like weird. I don't know about you guys, but like, I feel weird seeing my my Malaysian friends are in the US back in Malaysia.
Your Malaysian friends in the US?
I feel weird. Like, do you feel I meet, like, let's say me and you, we meet here, but if we meet back in Malaysia, it's gonna be, it's like, what are you doing here? Like, yes, we are united over there. Like, what are you doing back here? Like, you're not supposed to be here, you know? It's weird. I don't know why, but it's still fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the community and stuff like that. And I'm curious, like, I know like you kind of briefly mentioned that you transferred during like mid-COVID. For me, it was like, I think it was somewhat of a similar experience. I came here in 2020. So 2020 January, so spring, you're just like barely here for 3 months and I had to leave because of COVID. And I spent a year and a half in Malaysia doing all my classes online, 15 hours time zone difference. My piano classes were like 11 p.m. and I'm playing piano.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
That was bad. And I had chemistry lab at like 3 or 4 a.m., which was insane.
Mine, everything, even though it was in Taylor, like, everything was online as well. I mean, the good thing is I don't have the time difference. So,
Yeah, I struggled with the time difference and I don't know how I finished it. But yeah, so we all have left home for quite a while now. So what are some things that you miss about home?
Makanan.
yeah, food, a lot. I did have like family, of course, but like, food.
Oh, you all said food. Food.
Because you can't get any Malaysian food here, like, there's no restaurants, like, anything here.
Yeah, I remember. I think like a couple of years ago in Tucson, there was that one restaurant and the owners closed and moved back. I say COVID.
I wasn't even here yet.
Yeah, you weren't even here. You weren't here too. Yeah.
You never get it.
But there's a Malaysian restaurant in Chicago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, take flights. to go
Yeah,
there.
so-
There's a couple like around the country, like sprinkled everywhere, but none in Arizona.
Anymore.
Maybe you should open one.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. And like a lot of us are here now, it's about 80 to 100, so not a bad idea. But in terms of like grocery shopping, like, how do you guys think like finding your like stuff to cook your own meals?
Go home, put everything in your luggage, bring it back.
Oh, that's so true. Actually,
Yeah.
when I went back during the summer, like, mostly I pack is like food, like the food I can't get here, like the sauce packs and everything. Like,
Oh yeah. What's one food that y'all cannot live without? Or like food item, I guess.
nasi lemak. That is hard to make.
It's hard.
I can't cook, like, but I can't cook. So, but I have friends who can cook. I have friends who can cook, and I crave from nasi lemak. Like, that is something I really love.
Yeah. Nasi lemak is like one of Malaysia's like national dishes too. And it's so good. Like every race, like every people cook it differently, but the essence of nasi lemak like never changes. Yeah. How about you?
Rendang and Milo. Or PO ice limau.
Oh, Milo, you still can bring the packet here.
Milo is like our Malaysian version of chocolate drink,
Yeah.
I guess. And I think a lot of other like Asian countries like have that as well.
I drink it with biscuit. Yeah, that's so good.
Biscuit and Milo for breakfast.
Oh, that's so good. I bring a biscuit here. Oh, to you and the housing one. I don't know what it's called, but it's like circle.
Jacob biscuits.
I don't know the name. Yeah, it's circle. Like, when I bring it here, I drink it.
Wow, those are so good. Yeah.
No, hapsing. Biscuit hapsing.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Actually, and biscuits are so expensive. Yeah. I still bought it too. I mean, I'm gonna be guilty. I bought it too. But like, you gotta do what you gotta do to like feel that sense of home. For me, I'm from Penang, and Penang's like specialty is called nasi kanda. Yeah. Living without nasi kanda has been so hard. So it's basically like it's like a buffet of food that's prepared from seafood to
Buffet of curries.
curries. Yes, curries and vegetables. So you just go there and choose whatever you want. It's like outdoor chill sports, not even bar, like sports.
Not even. It's just an outdoor dining.
Yeah. Yeah, that we all like eat cheap food.
I mean, here, Bobby Dad is burger and pizzas.
Yeah.
Gains.
It is what. Cats is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's all like oily. It's either like really oily or like really, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the portions are like mega portion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for our food too, we use a lot of spices in our food. And especially here, like there's not many food that you can find spices in. So that part of our taste buds are just not satisfied ever. So yeah, even me, I go home and like, for me, I cannot live without chili sauce.
I remember you brought the chili sauce.
Yeah.
I remember you brought it.
Yeah, when Yaya just recently went back too, I'm like, yeah, can you bring me back one bottle of chili sauce, please? And he's like, okay.
So one day in the office, the chili sauce just pops up.
Yeah, it's like, here you go, chili sauce bottle for you. I'm like,
And Ryan was like, oh, he did.
like those are some things like we can, if you want to find here, we can, but it's going to be extremely expensive and very long for us to wait for it to ship out to.
And it's not near campus. Like we have to drive to like the supermarkets to get it. So that's. I also, a lot of students don't have like cars, so it's good to get stuff. I would say it's a lot.
Yeah, food is definitely one thing. And also like the environment as a whole. Like Malaysia is like a tropical country.
Yeah. And here it's like hot, but now it's like winter, right? It's cold. It's like at night, it's yeah.
You get like burning and then freezing.
Yeah, either that. And Malaysia is also like humid. I
Yeah.
remember once I went back to Malaysia for the summer, once I get down from the plane, right? Oh my god, I feel like I couldn't breathe. It was so humid.
Yeah.
So humid.
Humidity there is like 98, 99%. So it's like the moment you land, it's like,
Yeah, sweat. Yeah, I sweat a lot. Sweat a lot from Malaysia.
I didn't. Have I sweat when I came here? No.
No, not really. Even though it's
No.
like hot,
Yeah.
but you don't really. So, I mean, I walk in campus a lot, but I don't sweat very much as I did in Malaysia.
yeah, like Malaysia is automatically, you're just drenched. Yeah.
So my face got oily, my hair got soily, like everything. Yeah, it's just like hot.
Now that we've been here so long, we miss food, one of it. Yes. What are something that we miss when we go back home to Malaysia about the US?
Canes.
I mean, we get KFC. No, but the cane sauce. Cane sauce is different.
is different.
What do I miss about here? I miss like I would say my club, because like in ASU I get my study life here, and like I get my busy life here
Right.
in like US. And when I go back to Malaysia, I feel like I have nothing to do. Like I don't know, like I'm always like, so the whole week I'm just like, going out with friends, my family, and then like I don't have like, I mean I am busy, but it's a different type of busy, like you see. So I will miss like the campus life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys leave for holiday, and then that's just me in the office.
For the
There I go. So when we came here, before we came here, there's certain expectations that we had about the US as a whole. And then when we came here to the US, and we've been here for quite a while, has things changed? How has their perspectives been about things?
Because initially I didn't think of coming to the US because a lot of people say it's dangerous, like because of the guns and stuff like that. That's why I was very worried. Like my family was worried as well. But actually, after coming to the US, it's not that bad. I would say like ASU safety is really safe. Like you get like notifications if like somewhere like if something is happening, if like
Right.
in a city is happening there. So I would say like it's not that bad as I expected. Yeah, it really just depends on the state. I would say like
Yeah.
Arizona is still pretty safe.
Yeah.
I think because my undergrad was in the UK,
Right.
so I thought. I mean, to me, I felt like it would be similar.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in a way it is, but in a way everything in the US is huge. And
Yeah.
It's like kind sport.
I think that's the part of the US, like it's correct, right? Everything's much bigger in the US.
It is.
Yeah, from food portions to like everything else,
Mhm.
roads.
I think a plate for a single person here can feed 5 of us back home.
True.
Yeah. But my mom came with me. We went to like one of the restaurant and then we ordered a dish. We share it. But the thing is not, I can finish that dish on my own. So you can tell I gained a bit of weight coming to the US. But yeah, it is, the portion is huge. Everything's big.
Yeah.
Cars, the trucks here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm quite shocked when I see Waymo for the first time. I mean, back like at the Waymo, like we don't have it back in Malaysia. Waymo is basically like a car without a driver.
Yeah, an autonomous driver
Yeah.
Vehicle.
vehicle.
Yeah. I didn't know what was it like. I didn't know what was it at the first time. Cause the car, they had like something on the top at the side. Is it?
Yeah.
And after that, someone told me, oh, it's a Waymo. Like, there's no one driving it. See, I was like, oh, it's kind of scary, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, like fancy cars, it's a Jaguar.
and Tesla here is so common.
Oh yeah.
Tesla here is really common. I mean, when we order Uber, you might get Tesla here. Yes. But not in Malaysia.
No, I ordered an Uber, got a Waymo instead.
Yeah.
How's that on a
I did. What was your experience like going into a Waymo?
Very nervous, so I sent the application to everyone. Hello, I'm in a wait.
No, sorry, take me. Go.
Send it back. Look, there's no drive.
I'm just moving.
Moving.
Yeah. I think when I first went in, I went with my partner at the time, and I was so scared. It was late at night, and they were like, "We only have this available." Like, oh, what is this? Entered the car. I was like, "Okay, it'll be fun, right?" And it drove faster than I expected it to be. I was like, "Whoa! Can you slow down?" And like, it was fine. I was fine. It was very safe. It was just like I did not expect it to go at the speed that it did safely, because I thought it would be like way slower. But it was actually safe. They dropped us exactly where we needed to be, picked us up from like a very safe spot, and it's just honestly just cool to see like the technology in terms of that too. Like, is there like other like expectations that you have about like the US coming here? At least for ASU, from my perception, right? ASU was to me given to me as, oh, you're going to a party school.
Right. Oh, actually, I didn't know ASU was a part school until the first day I came.
Right.
And I was just bored, so I went on TikTok. And it just...
TikTok has it.
Yeah. This on TikTok, ASU is a party school. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know it actually, like, everyone parties, like, a lot, right? Because in Malaysia, it's just, like, we don't really say it out in Malaysia, but in the US, it's like everyone just say it, like, yeah, it's just a party school. Yeah, I mean, even my friends back in Malaysia, they ask me, oh, so do you party every day? I'm like, no, I don't. Not every day, but I still do. Like
once in a while, yeah.
once in a while.
I mean, work hard, play hard. Right, yeah.
Sure.
No, like party as in, I mean, just hang out with a group of friends. Like, at home, like, it is still a party.
Yeah. That's how we do our potluck.
Yeah. Like, I mean, from my side, we always do like a lot of potluck, even for like Lunar New Year, sometimes right, yeah. So like everyone just brings their own food.
Yeah.
I like sharing with everyone. So like that's actually I really like the food.
Yeah, it's very wholesome, I feel. Like that culture and that sense of home. Like, again, kind of briefly touched on in the beginning, like brought it back here. The sense of just togetherness.
You know what I like about potluck? Because I get to eat other food, but I can.
Yeah, I hope someone cooks another Malaysian dish.
Andy.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I get my nasi lemak and I get bak kut teh. Yeah, so it's fine. Like, I think it was last year. Like the person wasn't even like Malaysia. I think he was from China. And then he was like, oh, since I'm going to like a Malaysian event, I'm just gonna try making like a Malaysian dish. And he brought like kut teh. I was like, it was so good. It was so good. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was so good.
Yeah. I'm curious, Yaya. In Iowa State, was there a big like
Upper
Iowa State? Was there any Malaysian like club student associations that you were part of? And yeah, how did you get involved if you did?
I mean, there's only 6 of us. Yeah, not many. So we did what we could, but mostly we did it off campus.
What's stuff off campus?
Potlucks.
See, back to food. Everyone united food.
Yeah.
Ryan celebration.
Right.
Chinese New Year, probably anything we could celebrate, we did. With Malaysian food.
Yeah. Nothing goes wrong with Malaysian food.
Yes. It's fun. I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah. How about, I mean, like here in Maisa, was it hard for you to find the Malaysian community when you just joined in?
Okay, so my first semester at ASU, I went to a MySARS event, and it was an off-campus event actually, and we went to mini golf,
Yeah.
and you were the second person, the second Malaysian I met here at ASU. Yeah, so basically, we went to an event, and then it was you and another friend who offered a ride to me and another Malaysian. So like that's how I got to know Maisa, and I was like, oh, Maisa is quite fun actually because everyone here is like everyone's Malaysian, and then like we get to do like a lot of activities together. That's what like made me interested in joining Maisa. I mean, back in Taylor's, I also did join like a few clubs, like Rotary clubs and stuff like that. So I decided to join Maisa. And then after like joining Maisa, I was like, oh, I kind of want to join the e-board as well.
Right.
And initially I went for, I think it was event director, but they gave me the vice president role initially. So I was vice president for a year, and I got to know like how, not only like outside the club, like within the club, like how everything goes, like the funding and stuff like that.
Right.
And then afterwards, I got up as the president,
Right.
which is now. And
Right.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, and for me, my main goal for myself was to like bring all the Malaysians together, and also I meet other cultures as well. Which is why I have a lot of like collab events with like other clubs.
Right.
Yeah, and that is pretty fun, I would say.
Yeah. And for me, when I first came to ASU, Maisa was pretty fresh. It was a club that was, I think, up in like the early 2000s, and then it slowly died down and became to practically nothing. But then the president, like, that brought it back up again, just started pretty recently when I joined. So I was like, I've been, again, similar like you, I've been very active in my clubs in Malaysia as well, in Inti Penang. And coming over here, I was just like, I want to be a part of more clubs, more orgs, and make a community, build communities, meet people outside of my community. And yeah, that's how I started. I started as a marketing associate and then find my way up to vice president. So I've been in MISA. I think when I met you, I was the vice president.
You're the vice.
I was the vice president of MISA back then. And it's crazy to think, like, see how, like, Rose. Like,
It's like taking turns. Then after that, I stepped up.
Right.
And then, like, yeah, I became the.
Yeah. And honestly, like, just seeing the growth of, like, again, like, how small the community was when we first came to now having, like, about 80 students.
Yeah.
It's honestly, like, crazy to me. Like, and then we can have these events that we all can come together and bond and have that sense of, you know.
Community.
Right. Exactly. Like, and collaborate with other clubs.
Yeah.
Learning about other cultures. I think that's why we come to the US, right? We want to learn about, yes, we want to stick to Malaysians, but we also want to explore what's outside there for us and the world in general. That's why most of us leave.
Yeah. And also, like, one event I did with, like, it was the Korean Student Association. It was like a Vans Hang event, and there was a lot of people. Like, there was like more than 50 of them, and like, we did it at the amphitheater. It was full. And like, I think we didn't even have enough, like, items, because our event was Build-A-Bear. And we didn't even have enough bears, like, at that time. But it was like, there is a good thing and bad thing, like, all that event. And the good thing is a lot of people show up, but the bad thing is, like, everyone gets to, like, participate in activities.
Right.
Yeah, it was really fun, I would say.
Yeah. And I think in my time, I don't know if y'all, the older listeners might know, if y'all heard of Sparky's Cup, that's something that MISA actually hosted and collaborated with Sadiq, the Middle Eastern students group. And we ran out throughout whole ASU, all 4 campuses. Everyone had Sparky's Cup merch. So, hey, that's thanks to MISA.
MISA built that up.
Right. Yeah. That was, I think, in order for the World Cup. Yeah. So we did that, and it was like multiple events and a lot of merch, a lot of people. And it's really cool to see like our work out there. Like, hey, Malaysia boleh.
Yeah. And that's also how like more people get to know like Malaysia.
Right.
Say like.
Yeah. I think that another thing that's new for us too is like the tipping culture, right? Yeah.
Like, okay, when I go to a restaurant in Malaysia, you see the price there. That is the price you pay for, right? But that is not the case here. Yeah, that is not the price. There is not included tax, and also like tip, return and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is really new. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in Malaysia, the service charge is included in the price. Here is like, oh, it shows out like 15%, 18%, like 20%.
Yeah. And having to do the math, I'm bad.
Bad.
So I just like my phone.
You had to pull out the calculator, right? And I clicked that, oh, well, it's like 8%. I didn't write it down in the chart and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just go with someone who can do math.
Oh,
That is true. But not, well, I do have a lot of friends who can do that. Except me. So yeah, I think I'm going to definitely use that tip.
and then sell it to.
So yeah, it's like, guys, you pay first, I'll sell it or do it, Venmo it quickly to you.
That's the culture. I mean, it is somewhat annoying, I would say, because I mean, sometimes when you just want to get a boba, and like, it is kind of like the person's job to like make a boba and then give it to you. But the thing is, they expect you to pay for their service, so like, it's just kind of annoying, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the extra, like, additional fees.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we're all international students. Like, yes, like, some of us come to scholarship and like, yes, we have money to a certain extent that we can spend. You know, sometimes we allocate stuff because we need to, right? In order to survive. Life happens, anything can happen. So we have to have our needs and priorities in check. And then these things, like unexpected things, like if we just want to kind of treat ourselves, so just one day we need to go to the school, like, and we missed the light rail or something and need to use the Uber, tipping there and just enjoying ourselves like a little bit. Just, we have to take extra effort to, like, you know, plan those things when back home, like, we know, like, no matter what, like, if it's that amount, definitely is that amount.
Yeah.
Oh, road trips around, like, the US.
Mm-hmm. I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
But US is also massive.
It is, you know, really.
So I've seen the cities, I've seen the desert, I've seen the northern lights, I've seen the mountains, the oceans.
Wow. Incredible.
What US has to offer, I've seen.
Nice. How about you, Reishan?
For me, my first trip, it was to Vegas with my friend, and it was during my first semester at ASU. And the thing is, okay, so me and my friend, we decided to go to Vegas because the flight was cheap. Initially, we wanted to go to like San Diego and stuff, but it was too expensive. That's why we were like, oh, okay, let's go to Vegas. We booked the flight, hotel, everything. We went there. On the first day, we get to experience. I mean, we went to like the famous places,
Right.
like the Vegas and stuff like that. So after a whole day, we went back to our hotel. We wanted to check in. They told us like, oh, you guys are underage. Like, you guys can't check in. The hotel, like, both of us was under 20, 21. And the thing is that because Vegas hotels, most of the casinos are in it.
Oh,
That's why we couldn't like check in. So,
I see.
and what we had to do, and our phones were dying. That time our power banks were dying as well. And like, there was no place to charge our phone. Then we were like, okay, you know what? Let's just book the next flight and go back to the airport and come back to Phoenix. And then the thing is, when we were in the Uber, my friend lost her passport. So like, and so we were like freaking out. Like, my friend lost her passport and we don't have a place to stay. And it was like, 11 p.m. And both of us were freaking out. And after that, thank God when we were at the airport, the person, I don't know what she did with like the officers and stuff like that, but the officer was like, it's okay, you can still go back to Phoenix and stuff like that. And he managed to get home safely, but it was just like our one day. Vegas. Still fun, but at the end of the day, it's still like, it was really scary. It was like the first time me and my friend like experienced our independence.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Independence and not the smoothest ride, I would say.
But it was still fun. It was still fun. That is experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
So I know that a lot of incoming students are going to experience things like this, like traveling. Hopefully they get to travel around the US and maybe not such a bumpy road.
Yeah.
Right? What are some quick advices that you would give for upcoming Malaysian students and international students who are coming to the US?
I would say don't be afraid to like reach out for help, because you might get lost in terms of like not only like studies but maybe other things. So don't be afraid to like reach out to others for help. See,
Yeah. Please come to ISSC. See,
Ada plug ISSC plug
yeah, if you need help, ask by Yaya, Rhyan, or Reishan.
with the
We'll be there.
make sure you feel comfortable.
bring your food that you cannot live without,
Right?
and travel. Please do travel.
And get to experience, just the campus life,
Yeah.
meeting people. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun.
And don't lose your passport.
Don't lose your passport.
It wasn't me. It was my friend. It wasn't me. It was my friend.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast. You guys, I really appreciate your presence and sharing more light about Malaysia. Well, now everyone, thanks to you, know where Malaysia is, what Malaysia is about, and maybe if you all get a chance one day, visit us in Malaysia, or whatever, we'll be there. Find Yaya there. Thank you so much once again, and make sure, guys, to stay tuned to our next podcast, and we'll catch you then soon. Bye.